Happy Friday, everyone, and welcome to Index Card Friday. We are at another Friday. I know I say this every week. They go by so fast. I'm just amazed. So before we get started, a couple announcements that I wanted to make. One of them is our beautiful Gigi Hannah. She does have a YouTube channel. Please go over and be sure to subscribe. She is trying to reach 500 subscribers and she's getting close. So let's see if we can put her over the top of that. That's just so exciting. And also Karen Billinger. She is close to 1,000, so let's see if we can make that happen. You can find both of them by just putting their names, Karen Billinger and Gigi Hannah, into the search, and it will pull their YouTube channels up. So let's go give them some love. Prayers to everybody in need. We still do need like a prayer chain because there are several people that are healing and several people that just need some support. So let's not forget that. Okay. I'm in the mood for fall. How about y'all? Yeah, you know, it's still like 100 degrees here. It gets down into the 60s at night, but into the, more or less the 90s now during the day, which I know for some of you that's hot summer temperatures. Here the humidity is gone. It's very dry, so it's just really, really nice weather. So that's really good. We are going to be we're going to be doing some collage work today. This is our index card. Is that not the most adorable thing? And as I was making this, I was thinking of keeping it. I'm not going to. I will give it away. But if you remember, I was working in this sweet journal. This journal has sold. It is spoken for. But when I was making this card, I thought, oh my goodness, this is perfect for... So I'm going to need to make another one for myself to go in this journal. But I wanted to say that if you ever see me creating a journal, I know there are a couple of you that have contacted me because you wanted to purchase something, but it was after it was already listed and it was sold. So like this one, I was contacted, please, I'd like to purchase this journal. And so that journal is sold. If you ever see me making anything or creating anything and you would like to purchase it, just follow the link in the description box to my Etsy shop and leave me a message. And then we can negotiate and it can be yours. So with that being said, look at this is so cute. I know this is a little bit odd. I think these came from my father from years and years ago. They came from the Stardust Hotel, I believe in Vegas. Is it Stardust? Yeah, in Vegas. And oddly enough, and I couldn't tell you why, they all are like that. I don't know if that's like this little thing that I don't know. I don't know why they're like that. I have absolutely no clue. But that's okay. It doesn't take away from what we're doing at all. And isn't this the sweetest thing ever? I am in love. We haven't played with cards in a long time, and I thought, let's do it. So look at here. What a cute tag for a gift. Are you kidding me? You can go to the Dollar Tree or the dollar store and you can buy a deck of cards for, what is it now? I don't think it's any longer $1. I think it's like $1.25, but you get 52 and probably a joker. So look at the really cute gift tags you can make, and here can be your sentiment. I mean, it's perfect. So this is what we are going to do. I have this napkin. Now I want to say napkins, this one happened to be a 3-ply. So when I open this, this is from Michael Man, I can't see it, and I can't even remember because it's been so long since we've done. I have to get out the magnifying glass. Michael DreamWorks, I think is what that is. Michael, I don't know. But you would recognize the little elephant emblem. It is okay to take their napkins and to create something and to sell it, because I did email them a few years ago and asked them, we have permission to do that, so don't be afraid to do that. Gorgeous napkin, look at that. I am in love with this, I just have to say. So we are going to take a card, and here we go. You can see. And what I had to do, I'm going to show you the difference here of this card and one straight out of the pack. So you're going to see it's got this gloss on it. Hopefully the light is picking up. See that sheen, that plastic sheen? You have to sand that off or buff it off, because I have done cards where I didn't. And when I use Collage Page or Mod Podge, it will peel right off. Now, if you're going to stitch around the edges, you don't have to worry about that because the stitching is going to hold it in place. But otherwise, it's not going to adhere to that. It's such a strong finish, it will peel right off. I have found the same thing to be true for me with glycine bags. So what I do is I've got this sanding block from the dollar store. That's all it is. And I just take the card and I buff it like this. And you can see it's dull now where it was shiny. So now the glue or the Collage Page has something to adhere to, and that's what you want. So with that being said, the first thing we're going to do is take our card and take our glue right in front of me. Come on, Charlotte, it's right in front of me. And we are going to glue our index card on here. You could do this with a glue stick, but sometimes, unless you're going to stitch it, and if I had black thread in my machine, I probably would have stitched around here, but I have white and I didn't want to take the time to mess with it, and so I didn't. You're going to take a card. I've got I think this is an 8 by 5 or an 8 by, what is that, 6, probably 6. No, an 8 by 5. It's one of the large ones. And we are just going to adhere our index card to the card. And then we'll trim, because you know I don't get it all right. I'm really good at messing this up. That's the nice thing about wet glue, is you have a couple seconds to get things right. And then that is the end of the glue. You can put your glue away because we're not going to use it again. This is just simple, simple, simple. And I'm going to give this just a couple seconds to dry. And while we're doing that, I'm going to get back to the napkin. So this particular napkin was 3-ply. So the easiest way I have found to take the plies off, because this is now a single ply, so we've removed 2 plies, is to take a piece of tape and tape that down and pull it back, and it pulls your plies apart. So that's just a little advice. That's how I like to do it. And also, you will see when people want to take a piece of the napkin that they want a Collage Page or decoupage, if you're using Mod Podge or whatever your favorite glue is, you can take a wet paintbrush and you can paint over it and it will come apart. You can just tear it. I happen to cut it, and I'm probably going to cut this. The paintbrush technique I don't like, because I can't really even explain why. I don't care for it. But I know a lot of creators use it, and it works. So it's up to you what you want to do about that. So now we're going to cut this out. And this particular card has 3 rounded corners and did I do this up? No, I didn't do, I thought maybe for a second there I did it upside down. I wanted this straight edge to be at the top. It doesn't matter, it could be at the bottom. I just wanted it at the top. So we can do another one out of that. I'm not throwing that out. Let's just trim. Again, be as neat as you want. You can get out your corner rounder if you want. I'm just kind of too lazy for that right now. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope your Friday is going to be good and your weekend is going to be even better. I had some glue on my fingers and you can see I got a little ink, but that's okay. That's not going to hurt anything. And now that's what we're going to do. We are going to, I have everything all over the place right now, so I apologize. I'm not seeing where things are. I don't think you're even going to notice that there. It looks like it belongs. So we're just going to say, yes, it does. It belongs. How cute. And then when I put the eyelet in this one, I think this one I might keep, and I'll make another one in its place. I might see how this week goes and make several of these to give away next week. Chances are, well, that should make it in an envelope. It should be okay. I just think this is so cute. And if you wanted to, we could just go ahead and just distress it a little bit more. You can see it's getting a little bit more vintage looking. Look at that. Oh, I'm in love. I can't tell you why. I just love it. I think this is the cutest thing ever. It's just simple. So there we've got our card. I don't care that you can't see the card. If you really, really look for it, you can see the heart right there. You can't pick up, this was a 2 of hearts. You can't pick it up because if you wanted to, you take your napkin, you can lay your napkin, I think this is the part we're going to use, right over it like that. Well, I don't know because I don't want the elephant. No, I kind of like that too, but I really love this with the flowers. Maybe we'll use this. Or, oh, we're going to use this piece right here. Look at how pretty this is. We're going to cut that out right there and use that. Or this one is the same thing. Okay, so, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this tissue. I got this on Amazon. I know y'all hear me say years ago, but it was years ago. I promise you it was. It was years ago. And if you put in vintage tissue, I'm pretty sure in the search engine under crafts, if you put in vintage tissue, this is going to pop up. And look at how much of this. I mean, this will last me my lifetime. I'll never use all of this. So it is a really, really good deal. And you'll find that, I mean, if you don't want to, let's say, use it for a package or packages, it's great for underneath any kind of collage or as part of a collage on a page or a tag or a pocket. And there is no right or wrong way to put it. It just depends on what you're looking for. And I think we're going to use this piece right here. I like that. So I like to use Collage Podge. I do have Mod Podge, but I prefer Collage Podge. To me, it's just easier to work with. So for me, Collage Podge and your finger, I don't need a paintbrush. If you don't like getting dirty, you might want to use a paintbrush for this, but I find paintbrushes, it's so difficult to get this stuff out of a paintbrush, and I find that it almost ruins your paintbrush when you get, because this is glue. This is just like, it's a white glue. And as hard as I scrub, it's very difficult to get my paintbrush back the way it was. So I prefer this. So we're going to put this on there and we're just going to rub it down, being careful not to rub too hard because you will tear it. And if you do, it's okay. Don't not use it because we're going to put a napkin on top of it, so you're good to go. But you can see we get this down and we're just going to kind of tear it. And you're going to tear it towards the back side, because if you tear it towards the front, it's going to pull off of the front. And if it does, that's okay too, because we are, like I said, we're putting a napkin. So don't worry about that. It doesn't have to cover 100%, and it doesn't not have to be perfect. So you're going to have something that looks like this, and if you need to clean it up, you just take your scissors, turn it over, and clean it up. But that's what we have. I mean, that's cute by itself. You could stick a ticket or stick something else on there. Let's see what I have. You can make a little pocket. You could do a little collage work on there. Just about anything that you want. I'm looking at this because I am working in the fall journal right now. Love this fabric. You know, it would be really, really cute. Or here is, just look at how cute this is with maybe some lace up here or a charm hanging down. You could look at that. You could layer different laces or cottons for fall. It's just adorable. Okay, so now, even though we are going to cover this up, I am going to go, just because it's another layer, I'm going to go around here. I don't think that this really matters. You probably could skip this part right here, but I didn't. So, and we're going to curl a little bit, and that's natural, but don't worry about that, because if you put this flat underneath a book, it is going to dry. It's still wet. This will dry, and it will be flat. You can see for the most part, not 100% flat, but you can see for the most part, it's a flat tag. Ugh. What is it about fall and pumpkins, guys? What is it that is just so cute? So I'm going to tell you what we're going to do. We are going to cut this, and I'm going to show you why we're going to cut it. And I think I don't want to lose that. Isn't that so pretty? As a matter of fact, I love that wheat. What would this look like? Oh, that's a pretty tag right there, isn't it? It is. And I still have that. I think this is what we're going to do right here. So I'm not going to worry about this big pumpkin. We're going to lose that. So we're not going to worry about that. I am going to come, like I said, get yourself a wet paintbrush and go around if you want. You know, try both ways and see which way works best for you. So let's cut this out. I can kind of see what I want. I still have the ceiling fan on. That is why that is just blowing all over. So, okay. Oh, isn't that so pretty? Now, here is a tip that I have found. I used to place collage page. What I used to do is I would put collage page down and then I'd put my napkin down. But I found in doing that, I would get a lot of wrinkles. I didn't care about the wrinkles because those of you that know me know I love texture. But you can see hardly a wrinkle. There's a couple here, but hardly any, where before there would have been a lot of wrinkles. And sometimes some tearing. I have found that if I use a glue stick, this is a Yoo-hoo. I have found if I use a glue stick on the napkin, and you have to be careful that you don't tear the napkin. Not a big deal. You know, there's other pieces of the napkin you can use if that should happen. But I have found that by using a napkin, you have very, very few wrinkles when you go to lay this down. You just have to be careful. See, I think, did that tear? No, but you just have to be very, very careful when you're doing this. But you're gonna see, wrinkles are far, far and few. I don't know what it is, but the glue stick just seems to kind of have a magic touch. Now I have this next step. I put Collage Page on top of this. I don't know if you can tell there's a sheen, but you don't have to. You can leave this to dry and not do that step. Because it's a tag, and it's going to get it's going to be picked up and looked at and used. I went ahead and did the Collage Page. I just felt that it would give it a little bit of added protection. But if I'm doing envelopes or I'm doing pages on a journal, I like the look and the feel of the raw napkin without anything on top of it. So that is going to be your preference. Maybe try it both ways and see which one you like. One thing about using the Mod Podge or the Collage Podge is that it acts as a sealant. And that is a good thing. But I'll hold this up and you can see the difference. Boy, I love that wheat. But see the difference? I'm just afraid that because this is just a napkin on here and it is a tag, that it could be damaged. And so we are going to put some Collage Page on here. But we are going to do that after we put the eyelet in, because it takes time to dry and I don't want you just sitting here looking at me while we wait for it to dry. It doesn't take long, but it still takes a little bit of time. And then also know that this ink is water soluble. Collage Page is water soluble. So when I go to put the Collage Page over this ink is gonna run, all right? So just beware of that. So now I'm gonna grab the crocodile. We're gonna put a hole in here because I want a ribbon. I wanna use a pretty ribbon with this. And then I've got a black eyelet here that we're gonna adhere. Just like that. And I'm going to put the cap on this glue because we're not going to use it. Just like that. And now we're going to get a ribbon. And I think because I used this one, I love that ribbon. I mean, what's not to love about the pumpkins? But I have this grosgrain ribbon, and this pretty. I think we're going to use this instead. Just something different. We don't need everything to be the same. The colors in this are gorgeous. I'm pretty sure my ribbons all came from Hobby Lobby, but yes, I've had them for years. It does not say. $1.99. I probably got them when they had them 50% off. Harvest. I'm pretty sure it's from Hobby Lobby because that's usually where I do all of my crafting. Get my crafting supplies, like ribbon. So I wouldn't be surprised. I am trying to use what I have because I have so much. I'm trying to go through it. So we're going to put this on here. hope everybody's well. Did I ask you that already? This week is the last week that my grandkids are on fall break, and Jenna had her sweet 16th birthday on the 10th, and tonight she has a birthday party where she's having, I think, 6 of her girlfriends over, and they're having a tea party. And she had gone on Pinterest and found like a real shabby chic looking table setting with crystal, different color glasses that were all mixed and matched, candlesticks, and you know, all this cool dishware. And so she came over today and raided my dining room, and then up here in my craft room I've got a big piece of furniture that it's got a lot of crystal. So she went home with crystal from my grandmother, from my husband's grandmother, and crystal bowls from his father. It's just a decked out table filled with history. The tablecloth is an Air Force tablecloth. It's white, and it's got embroidery and crochet work, lace on it, and we got it as a wedding gift, and so it's 51 years old. So her little table's going to have a lot of history, so that's really cool. And then she is giving away teacups as hostess gifts, so that's really cool. She hasn't decided if she's filling the teacups with candies or if she's going to make candles out of them and give them as candles. So just cute. She should be sending me photos, and then if I can, I'll share them with you so you can see. So flowers and crystal and teacups and beautiful, beautiful. All right, so you know this is going to take a few minutes to dry. It dries pretty fast. You can see the wrinkles. Do you see all those wrinkles? But you know what, guys? They don't look bad, and this kind of gives you a chance to go in and try to smooth some of that out. But be careful, because see what I just did? You can easily tear your napkin, and I'm creating a hole there. Do you see that? But it's going to be okay, because when we come back, when this is dried, we'll put a little bit of ink. You're not even going to be able to tell that. So I'm going to put this aside up here to dry, and we are going to give some things away. Now I know I have a, don't panic, I'm getting this out of the way. I know I have massive glare here. Hey Maggie. Hey Maggie, are you saying hi to everybody? Are you saying hello? Okay, so y'all will be happy to hear that we did add 2 new names in here. So welcome. If you are new to our channel, welcome, welcome. We are more than happy to have you, and hope that you love what you see in here and what we share. So I found this. You know, guys, I don't know what's going on with me. This was either, and I don't think this was an extra. I think the person that won this from, what was this, like 3 weeks ago or even longer, never got in touch with me. So I'm going to give this away, and we're going to do this first. Do you remember this, Meg? It was so cute. So let's do this first, okay? This is what happens, you know, if you don't check back and I don't have your address. If I have your address, you don't have to worry about it. But this was a newbie, and through no fault of their own, but I just don't want this hanging around, you know, week after week after week. And also I want to let Brenda Clark and Karen know that tomorrow your wins from last month will be in the mail. All the others are mailed, not Sherry's. You know, Sherry and I have talked about this, but All the other lace makes are in the mail, so be watching out for those. Okay, Robin J. Robin J has moved. Yep, and I have her new address. She is now in Oklahoma, which is wonderful. So Robin, I will get this off to you. You don't have to do anything. I have your address. But remember we made this? Remember how cute these were? Remember this? You open this up and there is your just adorable index card. And then you've got a pocket that you can put in a pocket or glue down on a journal page like that. And then you've got little scraps you can play with if you want. And this is kind of what I meant when I was talking about the gratitude dangles. This guy's barely holding on, but he's good. If I were to take each one of these and write what I am grateful for, that would be what I'm looking for, is the gratitude dangle. Just some thought. All right, we are going to give this to Karen Billinger. All right, that's perfect. I will put this in with your other one. So that worked out really well for me. So Karen, that will be on its way to you. And then there is this one. Basically the same. I put 2 little tickets on the front of this. And when you open this up, there is your index card. A little bit different ephemera, but papers I think are pretty much the same. This is different. You've got some packing tape here, or wrapping paper, and some graphic 45. So yeah, just cute. So let's give this to, how about, come on Charlotte, grab one. How about, this goes to Night Angel. All right, sweetheart, this is coming to you. The great thing about these is I can just stick these in envelopes. And I probably should mention that too. If you receive an index card wind from me, I don't put notes. I might put a thank you on there, or hugs, or love, or whatever, but I don't send notes because many times I'm sending out, it can be 7 to a dozen of these. And I don't sit and write notes for each and every one of them, but just know that when I send them, they're sent with a lot of love, okay? All right, so are we dry? I don't think so. So I'm going to let you go. I'm not going to have you sit around and wait for this. But the only other thing I will do with this is pull out my dauber and just go around the edges once more when this is good and dried. But look at these guys. They are just as cute as can be. And I did that with this one. I went around and just lightly went on the top of this once it was dried. And if you wanted to do something extra with this, you could hang like a fall leaf or something off of your ribbon here, so you could have a charm. If you didn't want to do the eyelet, you could do a tag, or a tab, and you could hang a charm off your tab. So I really, really hope that you enjoyed this make. It's cute. Most of us have playing cards. Most of us, if you don't, they're very affordable. So I hope you'll give this a try, and let me know in the comments what you think. Everyone, have a fantastic weekend, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.